Good morning, it's Keen again. So with Splatoon 3 being out for 2 years now, which is a crazy sentence to think about, it's been a pretty significant time since release. Grandfest is around the corner, and with this much time having passed since the game's launch, people have been improving quite a bit at it. Patches have been constantly shifting the metagames far from, the days of month 1 of the game when Splash was the overtuned shooter of choice at the time, and Sloshing Machine was so powerful that it made its way onto Japanese television because it was considered that strong. Yes, I am serious about that. So with the competition constantly heating up, we love to see LAN events for this game. I was intending to get this video out before Riptide, but yeah, between my schedule and work and motivation to edit, that didn't quite happen. I'll hopefully get this up a little bit after Riptide, given that, a little bit after Riptide, given that was a couple days ago as of the time I'm re-recording this, because it's been so long since I've recorded the first part of this that I quite simply am not even sure where some of my recordings went, so we're pretty much redoing it from the ground up, so that's fun. But the tournament we're going to be talking about today is Gridlock 2024, which took place in July of this year in New York. Gridlock was a LAN event featuring about 30 teams, if I'm not mistaken, and well over 150 people in attendance for this in-game person Splatoon 3 tournament featuring a prize pool that started at about 1,000, I believe it was, so shaping up to be pretty much one of the biggest Splatoon events of the summer, probably behind Riptide, sure, but still pretty sizable, to say the least. For a personal level, just for myself, I like this event and I think it's great based on my personal experience having attended it, the year before in 2023. It's pretty convenient for me to get to as it's not too far from me location-wise. And actually, I did want to make a video about last year's event, but I kind of ended up sort of not forgetting about it necessarily, but I didn't do it in a timely manner and it felt like the moment had passed. So, between that and patches and just a bunch of time passing, that didn't really end up happening, but that's what happens when you put something on the back burner for too long, so oops, I'm sorry about that. So to nutshell, the Gridlock 2023 experience for me, super duper quick since that video never ended up happening, and it provides a little more context for this video about the 2024 event. In that event in 2023, myself, Hitzel, Hunty, and Power played together, and it was a great time. They're all very awesome. Great friends, love them all. We've met in previous events years prior to that. We've hung out before. It's great. And that experience was pretty much everything I could have wanted from a LAN, except one thing. So naturally, with a really positive experience from last year, I wanted to come back this year, see what the event would have to offer, see if I could get the run back, get that first place spot as any competitor strives to. And if you look at the title of the video for about half a second, you're going to say, wow, what the heck, Keen, that's spoilers. And kind of sort of technically, yes, it's not wrong, but before we get too deep into it, I just want to set the pace and tone of the video so you guys sort of know what to expect from it. This video is going to be sort of a mix of storytelling / vlogging about my own experience at the event, and I'll end up talking more about the actual matches as we get further into the video, later into bracket, it'll be more strictly about that. I did have a poll on the community tab of this channel where I was asking people if they want to see either highlights or full games from it, and it was pretty significantly people wanted to see the full game, so this is going to be a really long video, but honestly, I'm fine with the full games. It's a little less editing on me because I can kind of just talk over the matches and sort of give my thoughts about it, so that's cool, that's fine. If you guys like a long video, let me know, that's fine by me. I think I'm just used to my very, it's not a consistent format per se, but if I have videos of gameplay, I'm like, okay, I'll pick like 3 to 5 matches and it's like 10 to 20-ish minutes, give or take. You guys know how it is. I don't upload the most frequently, but I think you guys pretty much know what to expect for the most part, and this video is a deviation from that, but I think that's part of what's going to make it fun. And one more quick thing before we get into the event itself, I'm going to remind you and ask you guys to like the video right now, sub if you haven't already, given we're getting pretty close to 3k subs and that number is slowly creeping up even though I haven't been uploading that much frequently, so with this upload I'm hoping we get a lot closer to 3k subs because that's the goal right now. I don't necessarily have an end of the year goal, but every bit is going to help me, so If you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it, and thank you. So to start with any event, I registered early, as it is cheaper to do so, because if we, look at this, it is $10 cheaper if you do early registration. And I'm not made of money, and I'm no business expert, but $10 is in fact $10. So highly recommend to do that if you're planning to go to a LAN definitively. Early registration, your best friend. That $10 will do something for you later. So after registering to save big money, which would have definitely gone out the window, paying for travel fees to get to the venue later, but again, every bit counts, I excitedly sat there and sort of waited. Because you see, dear viewers, I didn't know who I was going to go with yet, let alone who I was going to play with, because again, it was really early. The event wasn't even close yet, and it was kind of just like, I want to go. I don't know who I'm playing with. So the days went by, and eventually, I'm scrolling my timeline on Twitter, and I had a tweet that caught my attention from Birch. And you see, I failed to mention that in 2023, when I got second place, we got second place to Saunter, which had Birch, Henlo, blanking on the other two, and this is why we write things in scripts. So I ended up DMing them because of the tweet sometime later, and, they said, like, yeah, we'd be down to play with you, having played each other in Grand Finals of the previous year. We've kind of known each other a little bit from just playing in pickup, Sendo Queue, plus server, all that sort of stuff. We've been aware of each other's existence for a good while. And, we search around, look for a fourth, eventually we end up with Thunder, and there we go. That's our roster, myself, Henlo, Birch, and Thunder. So we had a lineup, but we didn't have a team name picked quite yet. Nor was our registration completed, because, again, I did the early registration, but I basically had to tell everyone on my team, like, hey, you guys should register before we forget, and it's too late. And it's kind of funny in retrospect, because I kind of did keep asking Thunder, it's like, have you registered yet? Have you registered yet? Have you registered yet? Did you end up registering yet? Because he was the last of our group to end up doing it. And it got to the point, where when he finally registered, I kept sending this one GIF where it was like, oh yeah. So with the bare minimum of, in fact, we're registering for a tournament, we were settled and had our name for the event and our lineup for the event, and most importantly, our registration. Now, for as much flack as I give Thunder for taking a while to register for this event, I have to give him absolute props in terms of having the work ethic for the team to pretty much carry us in terms of finding us really solid, legitimate practice, because Thunder got us some very difficult scrims against very, very, very strong players. Some of NA's strongest, to put it, completely bluntly, as the last couple of events closed in before, the event, you want to practice when you go to a LAN, right? Especially when you're a pickup, you have a ton of experience together, so it's like, okay, we gotta kind of figure things out, what we want to run, look at who we're gonna fight, all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, in terms of just raw practice, yeah, Thunder gave us a lot of really difficult practice that makes us doubt ourselves sometimes, but it's sort of you gotta run that mile before you do the marathon. So sometimes you practice, and you know what you can do better, and you improve on that. It's a whole gauntlet, it's a whole thing. I'll actually, if you want to hear about that in more detail, we talked about it in a post-LAN interview with Cactus, and I'll have a link to that video in the description if you want to hear more about that, including the perspectives of not only myself but my 3 other teammates. Good watch if you're interested. Do watch after this video though. But yeah, that video goes into a lot more detail about the finer behind the scenes of all that I don't necessarily want to repeat here for sake of redundancy, and again, shouting that out, giving my teammates a spotlight, because this is my video and I'm the one talking here. So in terms of opponents to prepare for in this tournament, I'd say the seeding was pretty accurate, and our biggest concern was he mad. Sorry, I have to say it dramatically, because I feel like saying he mad doesn't really capture the fact that name is in all caps and there's a big mammoth as the team picture. And that was a team consisting of Shadowwind, SS Nolan, Max, and Hunty. And I feel like you don't hear about this a ton specifically, because it's more of a factor that's personal, I guess. It's kind of hard when your greatest opponent is your friend and former teammate, because Shadow and Nolan are in Moonlight right now, which is Splatoon 3 team, with my other friend Omega, and that's pretty much my favorite Western team right now, because it's like, oh, that's two of my former teammates. Whoa. Back on Good Morning, our team in Splatoon 2. So yeah, GHK, where did your username come from when your old team was called Good Morning and you say GM to people instead of hi? I don't know. Some deepest lore moment right there. But yeah, basically our biggest enemies were some really cool people, you know, and Hunty being on my team lineup from 2023's Gridlock. My former teammate Shadow. Nolan, who was pretty much my travel buddy for the event because we don't live too distant from one another, so, you know, we were close to each other. I'm like, hey, you wanna go to the event together? And we sort of traveled and it was fun. It was a great experience. And Max, who's cool, but I haven't talked with him as much as the other people, so I don't have a ton to say about you, but I'm specifically taking the time to say that you're cool. I'm doing a thumbs up, you can't see it, just use your imagination. So getting into the tournament itself, day one of Gridlock came and our journey would begin at 7 p.m. because we were in the last wave of pools. And for the format for the event, the general gist of it, I'm not going to get into too much of the nitty-gritty of how it works, but basically teams are separated into pools. Each pool has a certain amount of teams. You fight other teams in your pool, and based upon your record, how much you won and lost, you can make it out of pools for day two via the redemption bracket. If you do okay, but not like absolute top, you can still keep fighting day two to make it to that top cut. Or if you're amongst the top performers in a pool, then yeah, you're just immediately in top cut. So, you know, day one, last wave of pools, 7 p.m. This is, you know, surely the time when I'm gonna have visuals and gameplay on the screen, right? Well, my dear viewers, I don't actually, because day one, every set we played was off stream. So I got nothing to show you for this one, as you can probably tell, because I'm sort of just throwing in footage from other people's stuff day one, and you're wondering where's my YouTuber? They're not on the screen. That's why. Kind of funny. I do think our set against Element that took place in the side room would have been a fun stream match, even though, you know, it was like 3-0 or whatever, right? I think it was fun. I think it could have been neat on the stream, but that's fine. I think it's sort of a mix of what production needs to do, and, you know, we're one of the strongest teams at the event, so, you know, we're going to clearly be there day two, so you don't necessarily need to throw us there day one at a LAN event on the stream. And I've had other LAN events where that's happened before. I forget, it was maybe 2021, 2022, I forget. It was a LAN event where I think my team got third place, fifth place, fourth place, something around that range, and we didn't show up on stream at all until pretty much the match that we lost. So that was really funny to think about in retrospect. But yeah, we kind of just won all of our pools game, and there's not a ton to say, and even less to see, because again, no footage, so Now, day two is where the good stuff happens, because it's top cut time after the redemption bracket. But we're not really talking about that in this video. So, top cut, that's fun. So, tournament structure, again, day two would be top 16, basically. There'd be 8 teams in the winner side of bracket, composed of the top 2 teams from each of the 4 pools on the previous days. It said days in the script, but it's only one day. Wow, good typo, Keen, you're great at this. And the format would be, you know, the standard double elimination, and with the 8 teams and winners, there's obviously in top 16 you have 8 teams from the loser side of bracket based upon pools from day one, addition to the redemption bracket that I mentioned, and those teams would basically fight each other to claim those top 8 spots in the redemption bracket. So given our day one performance where we didn't drop any games, yeah, we're in the winner side, because that's how that works, especially you didn't lose a game yet. Yeah, that's what we call winner side. That's kind of how that side of bracket works. Wow. So finally, starting at the winner's quarters match of the bracket, we would finally play on the stream setup. Just kidding, we played that off camera. Our winner's quarters match was against Yoinky Splinky, if memory serves and my script is not wrong. I'll fact check myself later when editing. It was a 3-0, and I think I have maybe one clip or screenshot from that set. That's all the footage I have. Sorry about that. So let's finally talk about something where I do have footage in the video. Yeah, finally. However many minutes into the video this is. And that's really exciting because it's so much harder to edit without footage to easily accompany what I'm talking about, because I have to get creative and entertain you and put things on the screen because I am in fact my own editor and this is the hurdle of making a video and feeling satisfied. How fun. So finally it's time for winter semifinals and we're playing against West Coast Gaming. Now viewer, I must tell you, I am in fact nervous at this point and you might be thinking, Keen, literally why are you nervous? Your team has not lost anything yet. And this is true. But this is also somehow, again, the first time that we've been on stage despite it being winter semis, because again, I've had no footage. And I need to emphasize this because it's a if you know, you know kind of thing. When you're at a LAN event, especially a Splatoon LAN, it's kind of nerve-wracking being in front of everyone because it's like when you're in school and they make you do speeches, except instead of talking, you're playing a game while talking to your teammates and other people are kind of observing what's happening. So it's not really actually that much like a speech outside of the fact it's being observed by people, but you know what I mean by that. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The crowds at LANs get loud because, you know, it's exciting and that could be really good for you and also really scary. Because on one hand, when you do something well and the crowd sees a play that you made, they'll get excited. Pretty much at every Splatoon LAN I've been, if ever there's like a multi-kill or anything like that on screen, people go pretty wild, even if it's like not like the actual like craziest play. It's more just like, you know, in the moment you're seeing it in person, it's like, oh, like that's huge sort of deal. And it feels great when you're the one making the play, right? Not so great when you mess up and then everyone's cheering for the fact that you got thrown at a disadvantage because you made a mistake or your opponent made a great play and you're in a really bad position. Then suddenly the crowd's like, oh yeah, and you're just like trying to think like, okay, what do we do from here? And you know, you guys have been around my channel long enough, even if you're new, I think it's pretty easy to tell my vibe, especially people who've been to my streams. I'm really low-key, I'm just kind of quiet. I sort of just do my own thing, and the last time I went to a LAN event was a year ago. So there's a really large difference between playing this game for a crowd at a public space than me streaming on Twitch with my legs like pretzeled in a chair at my desk in a silent room. It's a pretty big difference, to say the least. So with all that said, yeah, I'm a little nervous. Okay, so I promise to make this last note really quick since I like my context and I'm not scripting the parts of the video where I end up talking about the matches themselves. I'm saying, Keen, that's a splatter shot in your hands right now. Don't you mean Stamper and Wiper and Tenebral and all that? Yes, I do. But basically the short story is that for this pickup we tried Wiper plus Stamper and it wasn't really super liking it. It's not the most consistent when you're trying to build a comp and you have Hammer and Zipcaster on top of Cooler. It kind of makes your retakes a little limited and sort of gambly. I wasn't really big on that. We played it out with me on a bunch of different weapons to get a vibe on what I like and thinking about what our opponents would end up running. And Shot is just kind of easy, consistent. It's a safe pick. I played it a ton in late Splatoon 2 when against the Splatter Shot was meta, and I think our comp really wanted a bomb, painting, flexibility, a mix of clutch factor, and Splatter Shot is very good at a lot of those things, and not really the most complicated thing in the world. So yeah, it's pretty much the only weapon I go for this tournament. Sorry if you wanted to see me on Sword. If you want to see that, check out a different video. But we're playing to win here, and I kind of did what I think was best for my team, as a flex player does. Yeah, I'm doing a thumbs up as if you can see it. Why do I keep doing that? Again, if you want more detail, you can check out the Glitch Cactus interview in the description after watching this video for more of the finer details on that. Anyways, back to me being not scripted. So I'm gonna kind of feel this out as we go, but I might try and sort of rewatch these games and sort of, you know, give you the mindset. I'm gonna try to not pause too much because I don't want to go too crazy about it, but I will. Also, the bottom bar isn't too bad here. I open with Thunder up here. Henlo's watching this. We have Cooler from here. Our comp's pretty standard on this map. It's flat. It's really good for Rival, really good for Pencil. We got a pick on Decav. Henlo's taking space. I go here. They look at me. Henlo sort of like closes the gap in the middle. This jump is like questionable. So, you know, immediately we got our Cooler the fights in super advantage. I think I feed a bomb here and I miss the clam. You know, the one under the basket here. Yeah, I think there was a bomb there, maybe. Either way, big blunder on my end. That's where should have been a little bit faster, but it's okay. I jump in here because we're holding space really well. I want to be here because I can throw a bomb to sort of pressure here, and I want to watch this corner because you don't really want them to get the angle here. You can see me like throwing bomb in case they get closer. I built Zuka really fast because Cooler is kind of dumb, and to have charge up and come back. Izuka, get a pick there. The person's probably here. I know that. Yeah, they commit on the gravy combo. It was a bomb. I don't know. Either way, holding the space here while we score down to 53. That's basically what that is. 96 is also really, really, really good up here. Really good first push. Not quite dead yet. I think it ends pretty soon if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Henlo goes down. Thunder goes down. Thunder trades though. Birch is coolered. Yeah, Birch goes down. I'm here. I back out. Not worth. Thunder almost gets the pick on the 52 as they're looking at me, so that was a really good attempt on that. We try and hold our space. They pop screen. Thunder goes down. Trading pencil. It's actually a good trade because no cooler. It's really, there's so much going on. I respect the Zuka and walk away. Henlo's playing Cure on Wiper, so it's like, you know, if they burn a Zuka to kill him once, fine. I'm Zukaing a player, I'm tunneling, I die to that. Thankfully, Birch picks up the slack on that. My tunnel visioning. I definitely fed, should have waited. Cooler was close. That's my bad. Have Cooler now, we punish the person top right. They don't have a ton of clams, they're 2 down, so pretty good defense. And look, it's the pick on that. We're not really worried about the bubble because they have no clams and no time, so not a huge deal. Try and take space back mid, make pencil jump, Henlo taking space. Kind of same deal on this map. You really want to push that left side where Thunder and Henlo are right now. That's pretty much like your key advantaged position. At least like as far as like neutral goes. Like once you're in their base, that's another thing. Henlo gets a pick, distracting the pencil. Thunders and Kraken, we can kind of just move up for free. Pencil goes down to Wiper. Birch taking space. Where the heck am I? I'm probably mid getting clam. Probably. Let's see. Yeah, I'm the only bomb on this comp. You'll notice I throw these at like the choke points to sort of prevent them from advancing or make them more skeptical. Like even there, like Henlo goes down, but there's still a bomb here and like Cool's weak, for example, so you don't exactly want to like hold forward into the pencil. Birch goes down, we get the shot, we're 2v1ing that. Don't quite get it. I do get the punish on that. Did I have Cooler? Did I pop that Zuka? I don't think I did. Okay. Well, I mean, not the worst trade. Honestly. Still pretty good advantage. Yeah, we're holding mid despite going down. That's the big thing about like pencil comps and like pencil 96 specifically. You have so much sustain between the two weapons. Like if you're not willing to go down, like even though like Henlo goes down, he's like making space. They can't like advance for free between pencil and like wall weapon, right? They finally get space. They pop Zook after getting a couple picks. Birch dies to a bomb. What a mood. Thunder trades. Here I remember I made a bad play because we're 3 down. They have a lot of clams. They already bubbled. I don't know why I Zuka this. It was a really bad play. Like 9 out of 10 times in solo queue if I'm at home like locked in, I just jump out there. So that was really bad on my part. Pretty sure we lose lead here. Henlo's taking space left combined with Birch. Cool's here. I think they win that fight together. I'm up here trying to deal with the person there. I bomb them down. We get the cleanup. They get a good push. Our penalty's only 20 though because of the way we've been scoring, so it's not that bad. We have Cooler now as well. And half Suka. Thunder's like half Kraken. How do we get 2 picks of pass there actually? Yeah, they were 2 down. So it's a 2v4. The challenge into the 2v4? I think Thunder killed. Yeah, Thunder killed the decav. A bomb that killed Shiny? I'm not sure. Either way, we basically get a full wipe. Yeah, and the shot drops and commit, same with the 52. Take a ton of space for free. Kraken in their base. I have Zuka as well. Yeah, a lot of just really effective space taking. Yeah, I pop Zuka on left. Yeah, punish the decav. Yeah. It's really funny in the overhead because you see the clams down here. I didn't see that at the time because when you open the map in Clam Blitz, if the clams are under your ink color, you see that, but because it's their snipe and we hadn't painted it, I didn't see any of that, so it was kind of funny. So I was like, oh, we need one more. Then Henlo's like, there's clams on Snipe. So that's pretty funny. So game 1, pretty good. I had some mechanical flops, like some questionable Zukas, namely the one against Bubble, should have been a jump out. Outside of that, not too bad. It is an example, though, of what I mean when I say you tend to play kind of nervous on stream. Because again, like if I'm just kind of vibing at my own at home, I don't really tend to make that kind of mistake. I'm like actually like thinking about it for 2 seconds, but it's more just like the ungo into your brain. Oh, that was bad. But a big part of being composed is sort of, you know, understanding it's like, oh, it's disadvantage, but you know, why make it worse than it already is? I could just jump out and reset with my team instead of burning the whole Zuka and then having to come out of spawn with less resources than we would have had if I jumped. That's okay, it's a mistake. As long as you know what you did wrong and improve on it, which I think it gets better as the tournament goes. Not too bad. So we have game 2 on Hagglefish Tower. Interesting thing about this one in practice is it tended to not go well because I don't think Wiper is very good here. Because top right is like the place. And Wiper can't really threaten it between Torpedo and Hammer too much if someone's just sitting there, right? Now, we have Screen and we have Strike. I've tried Zuka here, but it's kind of coin flippy. Like, if you get a kill on there, that's good, but I feel like Strike to actually consistently flush and make the people on top right move away is good. So I definitely preferred that. I think Strike is just really strong in TC. How did that opening go? Let's see. It's always so funny because, you know, when I am not recording and I'm thinking about like, oh, when I record this later, I have all these like thoughts on how to explain what's happening. And then you start talking and it's a lot faster in your head than it is to actually talk. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, this will play out nicely timing-wise. And then I'm talking, I'm like, I don't even get to talk about the thing I wanted to talk about first, and we're already on to the next thing. It's tough. What even happened in this one? Or like Thunder goes for the immediate flying, kills Pepe, trades with Cool. Yeah, so we're 2 up. I'm left side just painting, pencils looking me. We have Cooler, Henlo's taking space there. Yeah, okay. Cool. That's advantage. We have Hammer. Decap goes down. Henlo doesn't want to overcommit on that. Fair. Hammer hits the pole. Kind of funny. Hagglefish moment. I'm surprised he kills the shot without trading there, especially because it looked like Henlo was already weak. Again, not a crazy Wiper map, mainly because the top right thing, but you know, if by this like tent area is all really flat, so if you're picking Wiper here, like you want to focus this area because this is not for you. This is for you. Here is gonna be again like the screen, the strike, all that is how we want to take that space. Yeah, Henlo's fighting here. It's exactly I'm talking about. Yeah, you just strafe the 52, you trade it. That's not even bad. I think I die up here because I'm trying to pressure this, but I'm a shooter, so it's like it's a little bit of a fiend. I maybe could have just bomb spammed this and sat closer to tower, but I mean they had an advancing screen here anyway, so I think our push was gonna probably die, but I mean it could have been better. So they take mid, they have Zuka, the pencil dies, because, oh yeah, I remember Henlo did a really crazy jump in to Thunder before Thunder died, and I was kind of just like question marking it in the moment, but at the same time, Wiper isn't like crazy on defense on tower, that's like one of its weakest points, so like going for a jump in like this is a gamble, but like it's very good one. Also, it's a funny frame of the Hammer. And you know, when you kill the Cooler player, that's a pretty freaking good gamble. So now they're behind, it's just frazzled, it's just like a solo queue moment of a sploosh gets behind you, and then it's just causing mayhem. Bubble get shredded because sword damage be like that. Decap go down. Yeah, now we're just back in full advantage again, despite basically wiping before that. So sus jump in became really, really good. I strike like this area because again, that's what's important. Strike here is good. I like it in the spot because it forces them to either like commit to this area or commit to the 10th or just kind of back out. So you see how it like kind of splits the 52 off from the other two. Or like, yeah, it splits them like 2 and 2. And then like Thunder wants to take the space and the shot commits, but the other two can't because of the strikes. And then Thunder gets the punish on that, pencils alone on 10th. You know, Henlo throws the hammer out, the pencil misses, but you get the idea. The strike is good at kind of like making people... It's good at splitting people apart, basically. Like, the fight doesn't really work out in our favor because we go 3 down, but, like, you know, the idea's there. Thunder does the jump in behind again. It keeps working. it just keeps working. So, you know, when something is working, you don't really need to do anything crazy. You can kind of just keep doing it until you start getting punished for it. So that's kind of what it's been. I've sort of been around. The aggro is mainly Thunder Henlo. I'm kind of just around and painting, protecting Birch, all of that. Yeah, Thunder's dead on that jump. Yeah, I didn't even notice the decap there. I'm just like mindlessly painting. Yeah, that's my bad. I mean, they still trade it, so not too bad. Right on the front with Henlo, good to go. Close to strike. Henlo does the pencil. That took a second though. Yeah, die there. What did I do? As I talked about the nervous thing, and I remember in this game it was specifically me feeding without cooler a few times in ways that I really didn't have to. I think part of that was like maybe coming from me just like painting, being like, oh, I just want to build strikes, but then yeah, like I died down here. What did I even die to? Probably some random bomb. Yeah, silly deaths I should be avoiding. If you die, you want to die with value. There's no value to that death. I'm just like close to strike and I die for no good reason. Like I could have like disengaged or, you know, hit under the tent to make the pencil paranoid. I just die. It happens. Thunder drops punish Izuka pretty good. Yeah, I wanted to pinch with Thunder. It didn't work out too well. I think I dropped a little too early. Again, that's sort of me just feeding, but I did have cooler that time, so it's a bit more justified. I'm gonna have the strike, but they do get checked because that didn't quite work out, and they have cooler as well. Throw the first strike at tower, the second one behind it, because, you know, when you throw out a tower, people tend to, like, sit on this block here, right? I throw the third one here, because, again, kind of, you want to split people. Like, you could throw all three at tower, but, like, depending on the context, you don't necessarily have to, because, you know, I threw the strike at tower, they still want to push, but then you can't back up, because I threw one here, and I threw one here, like, you would have to back all the way out, and the pencil doesn't do that. They do jump out, but, you know, the shot dies, the pencil jumps, it's, like, functionally a one fight. That's good. Thunder's pushing mid. Henlo dies to pre-fire. That was probably for Thunder. That's funny. The Fitsu kind of killing us. It's a little scary. Their screen in your face. I built strike really fast despite just having it. Thanks. I'm back and charge up. Yep, I have it again. That's awesome. Yeah, at that point I throw it more into mid because I want to take this base. Like, we're not really in disadvantage because we won the fight already. I didn't really need to use it to stall. Henlo gets punished by decav. Birch is pressuring it. Kinda awkward. We don't watch the flank here on the decav, I remember that. Yeah, we have to be careful on that. So now we're in disadvantage. So again, I'm gonna build strike really fast. You can see with the 81 up here. I think it was a cooler death before that. Yeah, I already have it. Henlo's planning the usual, like, wiper, be behind you, annoying rat nonsense. Yeah, get the hammer on the jump in, yeah. Pretty good. Burn my strike, because I want to take space again. That's the thing, the strike is nice because it's flexible, you can take space with it, like we do with some of them. And, like, again, I'm already, like, close to another one. It's not like the thing where it's like, oh, I can't really use it because I'm not going to build another. Like, no, this weapon just farms them. It's so cheap for, like, the fact it's a shooter with a bomb. And yeah, at this point, 20 seconds left, Thunder's behind them, gets 2. Endless fighting, yeah, we pick that up. Basically full wipe, I have strike, that's the game, because BTC. I wanted to be really safe, I could, like, back all the way to our plat, don't really feel the need, because again, they're all off respawn. Henlo dies, but fine, just buying time, no one got tower. All good. That's game 2, which was good for us because, again, that's like one of our shakier map modes. And I was hella feeding and playing kind of nervous sometimes, so that's pretty good. Alright, so game 3 on Undertow Rainmaker. To be honest, I don't really remember much about this one. Straight up. I genuinely don't remember very much about this one. Let's see how this plays out. They went pop. Part of that is attributed to this weapon. Wellstring's object damage on Rainmaker Shield in particular is ludicrous, so I think at the beginning I was explicitly like, yeah. We have a curling, and torpedo, so like we're just gonna let them get pop with 3 suction actually. And that, yeah, that's not even worth contesting. The fact that the zap die's been like 10 seconds. Heck. You'll be dying so fast. Oh, the bomb and they jumped. Okay, yeah. I was very confused. Was my bomb even? Yeah, so fight in our favor. Yeah, they basically full wiped except the shot. Henlo does that, but we're pressuring it. We have our cooler. At this point, I think I wanted us to go left, but we were a little slow on the grab. Yeah, the decap is behind, it kills me. But I have cooler, so I'm going to respond with like most of the strike anyway. That's okay. Come back in, I'm going to strike in a sec. Ooh, yeah, that didn't work out. I feel like that's like a case of like we have advantage, but it's just over, but we kinda tried to force it. Ugh. Sorry, I'm like yawning. I woke up like an hour ago. I've been working on editing this. Yeah, wow, were they just like out of position for that? What happened there? That was weird. Yeah, I guess they were 2 down. The bow is mid. The shot is sharking front. No one's actually watching the rain. Yeah, that's the caught with your pants down in solo queue type moment. As is me dying to the repop. We're all very good at this game. Funny. Yeah, no, you can't really challenge that. Push out of back, yeah. Yep. Getting checkpoint is very good because sometimes on this map it can really drag out for a long time. Not even because getting the checkpoint is hard, it just tends to drag. Also, that zap got destroyed by that double curling. I got destroyed by decav. Yeah, we still win the fight. Very nice. I have cooler. Someone's gonna go in the front, take space. Birch has it. I'm just painting around snipe, watching the flank. Decav is on the flank. Yeah. I'm here now. It's a little awkward. Do the thing where you don't really peek the decav, don't get in the line of sight because they need that. Granted, I'm a shooter, but you know what I mean. I think I died to the shot on respawn. Yeah, that was kind of a fumble. Maybe I could have like chased the decav a bit more quickly. That's my bad. They're taking space. Oh my gosh, challenging that is crazy. 80 damage but no combo. Birch is still fighting that. Wow, that's crazy. We're holding space on the array. They get repop. Henlo hammers. Grabs it. Grabs it, and with the veil of my strikes, manages to reset it very awkward. I remember sharking here for a bit. Yeah, waiting for them to move up. Very awkward though. Yeah, we got 2 down. I guess I both dropped in the front. Yeah, I kind of try and force that, but I have the cooler in fairness. Great, not a great trade. They're gonna lose lead here for sure. Not too bad though. They basically full wipe. Yeah, they do full wipe, but I was not winning that. Yeah, not bad either. 44 isn't bad at all. Oh yeah, actually, I think I remember this game now. Yeah, it was super scuffed for push after this one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was super scuffed. Now I remember. Unless I'm confusing with a different set in the tournament. Yeah, we try and push forward with the hammer. We have the screen. That's a really good hammer throw. Yeah. Yeah, because the decav gets behind us again. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. That's the thing with decav, I feel like a lot of the time it just like kind of wants... I mean, it's not like a hard flanking weapon, like you can kind of just play safe and like paint and all that, but in those cases it tends to want to go behind. Because if it can manage to get a pick and then set up a bubble behind you, that's when it gets really annoying. You're pinched into awkward scenarios. Thunder pushes forward. Kills rain. Gets picked. I'm up there. Henlo's down there fighting. It's away. Pretty good. How about the jumper from Thunder's crazy? Hella risky. Granted, one of their Granted the bow is up and what's that? The Gather Grabber Maker? Yeah. It's not as scary as you would think, because it's not like the Zap is gonna like WQ without cooler. It just looks scary. Yes, this is really scuffed when we're like trying to set up on the right side, which is weird, and you should like not do that, but Hammer ends up protecting us and letting us get lead. Again, super scuffed, would not recommend going that way. In this context, it worked merely because the lead was not very high, and if you want to get to like 30 quickly, then yes, that's the path, but is it sustainable? No. You're not going to push beyond that if you die on that ramp. But that's kind of sort of all we needed. How did the Rainmaker even die? What happened? Yeah, really scuffed game all around. Yeah, wish we had the overhead. I have no idea what killed the Rainmaker. Very strange. I would say probably a bomb, but we have 2 curling torpedoes, so that wouldn't quite make sense. I don't know. Either way, it worked out. Pretty good. That's yeah, it's a 3-0 in our favor. Developed hella scuffed. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so winners finals. Game 1 is on Barnacle Spot Zones. Team Ad basically has the comp we sort of expected, Shadow and Pencil. Although, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong copy. I was gonna say Nolan's on 96. Yeah, okay. Max Bucket, Hunty Shot, Shadow Pencil, yeah. Yeah. It's been like about a month, a little bit more actually, since we've seen this, so I'm actually curious what this looks like. Yeah, we lose the initial fight. Thunder gets punished in the 2v1. Wow, yeah, okay, that was hella aggressive. Granted, you have cooler, so you kind of go for those ballsy plays. I'm here, I have Zook. Kraken out, I don't like Zooking when there's an active Kraken. Or just like try and punish it after the fact. Yeah, we prefer it here. Yeah. It's hella overkill to go for all Zuka shots on that, but I kind of just want to trap it and make it easy for Thunder to clean it up. Works out, punishes Hunty on that. Shadow gets picked as well, so it's like full advantage for us. Bro gets away with it. Shooter be shooter. Shooter privilege, all that fun stuff. Wow, okay. It's like the crazy free fire. Fuck it. Dies, but cooler death. Gonna respawn with screen basically, not bad. Very awkward camera. Weird place to leave the camera there. We have advantage, Thunder jumps back in, we have the screen to stall, we're really close to cooler. Yeah, we throw that. I pop Zook. I get tapped by that, thankfully I don't get comboed by anything. I jump back to like the zone, I believe, yeah. Yeah, we go down. Yeah. Or, yeah, no, I think, let me see. Yeah, you know what, I think I wanted to shark the front to try and get a pick, and it didn't pan out yet. It's very confusing from the spectator cam. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I think Henlo jumped to me trying to help. Thunder gets a pick, very nice. Thunder gets 2, Bros is goated, Pencil. Pick on that, they have cooler, they're gonna get jump into the Pencil. Henlo is flanking while the Kraken is up. Kraken gets the kill, but does cause a distraction, forces them to go back. Not too bad. Have Nezuko, it's just a matter of finding a shot. It didn't quite find the shot the way I wanted, because yeah, Thunder went down, so sort of. I mean, Thunder traded the bug, which is good, so like it's 3v3, so at that point, Suzuka to try and get value. Also, I did the thing where it's you like Zuka here, but then you end up like behind the ledge after, because when you Zuka in the open, it's really easy to punish you. Like no one was trying to punish me for that, so like dropping down from the ledge when you're done with Zuka is like a lot harder to punish. Yeah, I get the combo on Nolan because of that with the Pencil. That creates a lot of opportunity. It's a lot of like little things that you don't think matter a lot, but that it actually matters. Because if I died there and get punished in the open with the Zuka, then like Pencil winning against Gal is a lot more sus. You know what I mean? A lot of little things. Their Pencil goes down. I'm not even sure to what this way, because it's like, hey, they're all here. Get a full wipe, and because it's a full wipe at the same time, we're actually allowed to take top left. That's pretty good. Thunder dies immediately, which is unfortunate. Wiper's pretty annoying here. They're bombing Bro out. More disciplined than me, I would have thrown Torpedo way sooner. Oh, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, you're kind of fiending a little bit under the ledge. Henlo's behind them, causing a distraction. That's really good. Turns our one death with a cooler responded to advantage, basically. Thunder gets good RNG. Pencil, Kraken can't paint. Henlo might die in the jump into Kraken, but they don't have time. They can't paint. Henlo dies, but it's whatever. Yeah, pretty good game one. A little bit scary. I feel like we could have knocked out maybe if I backed up a little bit more in that one instance. But again, a lot of LAN is realizing you're playing in person at a tournament and you're playing kind of nervous, so not everything's going to be perfect. It's a matter of kind of accepting that you're probably not going to play perfect. I mean, that's just like the game state in general. Like, no one's ever going to like truly play perfect. But yeah, you have to be okay with making mistakes and kind of just being like, okay, I know what to do better, move on, as opposed to just kind of lingering, being like, oh man, we lost, we could have won if I did X. Like, you can't really have that mindset. You gotta kind of vibe and just sort of chill. Know what you need to do. I think that's just easy for me to say because I'm kind of just a very mellow player by default. Like, the most I get stressed is just an X rank, and those games are really inconsequential. It's more just like stressful in X rank because it feels like in solo queue there's more of a strain whenever you mess up mechanically, because it's like, oh man, we actually could have won if I didn't drop this kill or something like that. Like, I don't know, playing with people that you can calm with makes that aspect a lot less of a stress factor, at least for me. So game 2 we have TC on Mako Mart, which is... it's okay, but I would definitely say it's favored for Heat Mad's comp because they have a bucket. I do think Wiper's like decent here, but bucket on this map is bucket. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm surprised Henlo. How did Henlo get away with that? You see that? Hold on. Like, look at this. Bro walks onto their side, and it's like, okay, throws the torpedo, runs out of ink, doesn't have a cooler for the ink res and stuff. Like, he's not dead. Bro was getting away with that. He finally died, but like, how did that work that way? What? Crazy. That's insane. Punished. The jump worked out. Again, it's some of these like super sus looking jump ins just work out because you're just like rat wiper. It really has that like tetra factor of like, this objectively should not work, and then it just does. Also, I'm gonna take this opportunity to complain about Strike for like 0.5 second. That shouldn't kill, I'm just saying. I know that one buff made it like shred your health instantly, but literally like the tiniest bit of pain at your feet, you're at the absolute edge, you get grazed for so much, just like a fraction of a second, you just die from full. I think that's silly. I don't really like that, but anyways. So they get advantage. It's kind of scary, but not really, because again, I'm kind of just botting strikes. So yeah, we stagger that a bit. Thunder goes down, but we do get a pick. It's 3v3. We have cooler. They have cooler. Henlo's kind of in the trenches right now. Bucket can't really kill quickly though, so he manages to stall it in time for me to get back in. So that's really, really good on Henlo's part. Oop, that's unfortunate. Big bullet moment. Not even big bullet, I don't know, just like, that 96 just has chunky looking bullets. Oh, that person jumps out, they have Kraken to stall us, they have strikes to stall us, so we want to kind of bait that out. Kraken comes out. They have Zook as well. Maybe you get the pick. Okay, it's a kind of sloppy trade, but it works. I strike. I have strike. Oof. Yes, yeah, that's a bucket, and I held forward without knowing. That was like a 1v2 moment. Very good on Henlo's part, distracting, a nuisance. Yeah, we got checkpoint because we're kind of pressured by that. Kind of right. L. Wow. Yeah, I was just painting the left during that. Again, I'm not really playing the aggro shot. This is more just like pain / sustain shot and stall with strike kind of shot. I definitely didn't have to ult for all three of those so fast, but like, I guess the mindset. I count this on respawn here. I definitely could have waited a second. I guess the mindset is I see the gal there, right? Yeah, I guess the mindset is I want the gal to commit into us, and like he does, and we get the kill. But like realistically, it was kind of gambly because like Birch probably had the possibility of just like killing me with 2-shot. Granted, I had cooler. Again, it's that risk reward because even if I die like throwing 2 strikes, I have cooler, so I'm gonna respond with most of it, and like with comeback and charge up, I'm gonna build it again in like 5 seconds. But it does look like a little bit sus. But again, like those little things mean a lot in this game. Like dying there if I didn't have cooler would be an infinitely worse feed, to say the least. So that's just Hammer being sad moment against literal invincible blob that is cracking. Thunder gets a kill without... I'm surprised Suzume didn't just kill him first without trading, but is what it is. I get exploded by Gal, my bad. My bad. They're 2 down. No, Birch is getting... Birch didn't have cooler. That's a pretty tough death. I mean, we're still pushing tower onto their side, so it's like okay, but it'll be a bit before we get cooler. Is the main thing. That's really the main thing about, like, you know, dying with pencil or zap or whatever is bad. It's like, oh man, it's gonna be a bit before cooler. I try and help Henlo. We both fail fantastically and get 1v2'd. Doing it on the thumbs up right now, you can't see it, but it happens. That puts us in disadvantage. We do have cooler. I'm just throwing bomb at tower. I'm nowhere close to strike, however. Yes, it might be a good like 15 seconds or something before I get that. Though we're kind of staggering through. Yeah, I don't really actually know. Hold on. How did that happen? They're pushing. They're only down on the shot. Oh, Nolan dies. Oh, I see Thunder's behind them. Oh, okay, that would explain. Yeah, okay, Thunder was behind them, and then they went 2 down, and then Max got punished. Okay, I see. Yeah, I was like, that flipped so fast. I was wondering what the heck happened. Yeah. I will say, like, this map is definitely favored on paper for the bucket thing, but like having Curling 52 and like Wiper go behind you constantly, it's really freaking annoying. I haven't talked about that yet, because I mentioned it a lot in the other video when it comes to like strategy for the set. But Shadow's on pencil, so it's really just like if we can like displace him from the rest of the team through the use of just like Wiper Rat and like 52 aggro, then like it gets hard. Because like the other weapons are self-sufficient and everything, but like if you could like reduce the cooler output or just like make it so they're not just like one-shotting everything because pencil's comboing, like it gets rough. That's like the downfall of pencil. Like that's something it really struggles with. You can get kind of bullied and like overwhelmed. It's hard to reach that point, but you know, if you find a way, then yeah, it's really good. So lead is 48, which is really pretty good on this map, I guess. Not amazing, but they haven't got a checkpoint yet is really the main thing that makes it amazing. They have Kraken, I have Strike. 10 seconds. First, probably gonna be forced to Kraken here, yeah. And the drops, dies, but again, just resource draining. Yeah, another pick, here comes Strike. Strike is Strike. Again, they're behind, they're back on tower, just stalls a while, yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think the second strike I actually did want to throw at tower. I think it was me being nervous. I threw that one too far. But again, playing on stream, we kind of do that sometimes. I failed to mention it, but it is counter picks for this, so TC Miko was their counter pick. And again, it is a good bucket map, so it makes sense. I think they wanted to go Mahi Zone, but I don't yet. They wanted to go Mahi Zone initially, but you can't pick the same mode with this rule set. Like game 1 was zones, we had to rotate every mode before we go back again, so if you wanted to play zones again, it would have to be like game 5. Because we still have to do clamps and Rainmaker in the set first, before you can repeat a mode. So it went from zones Mahi to short clam butts, which, you know, it is pretty good for 96 and like pencil and stuff, so makes sense. But I mean, we have Wiper. Thunder can also play 96, I think 52 season here too. Shot is like basically never truly bad anywhere, so I'm just kind of big chillin'. Yeah, there was like hella downtime between those games, looking back at that. Alright. Also, I will say on a personal level, speaking from the I'm recording right now level, this is mad awkward for me because I'm not listening to the like stream audio or anything, and on top of that, I don't have any audio, so it's just like quiet. I only hear my own voice. Like, okay, Thunder goes for like the crazy solo queue opening Gambit Gal tier opening. Like, look at this. Hey, jump 2 shots him! Gal is so silly. They both get punished, so it's kind of spooky that I have Strike. Hunty gets immediately punished by Pencil. It's a Pencil moment. Okay, very fast opener. Yeah, I just jump out there because it's like I'm alone in the corner. I get forward instead of back on that, my bad. Back on that. Yeah, granted I have Cooler, but again, it's like, you have a little QSJ, I'm getting pushed by Bucket, and like Gal, I'm like, nah, I'm out, so I jump back. The Birch, Henlo's alone over there, Pencil gets picked by Pencil, then I'm by myself, so I hella dip. Goodbye, throw bomb at choke point though. As all bomb users should do. Bomb at choke point equals strong, that's my advice for the day. That's how you become a tournament winner. That screen is hella annoying, and then these strikes are hella annoying. Oh my god. That is... It's like funny, because sometimes you play this game, and you're like, you know, I hope this does something, and then you look at like the opponent POV for like half a second, and you're like, that's awful, like look at this, like you're like, I want to pop Zuka, and then it's just big screen, like, oh, we have Kraken, we're good. And then just the shooter holding forward inside a screen and 2 strikes, like, no, you gotta go. Gotta leave immediately. That's so obnoxious. But again, like we have Dragon Screen, which is playing that like displacement kind of playstyle. They have Pencil, if you can like isolate the Pencil from their teammates. Huge, really. Yeah. And, oh yeah, I remember I choked this because I thought Honey died. Yeah, just that was hella spaghetti. That's my bad. Happens. Hello picks up the pick, which is really nice, really nice. I need to stop yawning while recording. I feel like if I'm not listening to anything or doing anything, I tend to yawn. Like I'm talking, but you know what I mean. I feel like I'm always listening to something, so just having it be quiet outside of like me and watching this and like speaking feels weird. I'll like throw music on the editing later, so it won't be like you won't get the vibe. We get advantage. Let's go back a second, actually. Yeah, we pop screen, Hunty goes down, I think we get the second pick mid, Birch gets pre-fired by Gal, I throw bomb at that. I think the bomb got the kill, yeah. Advantage, but we don't have a ton of clams. Yeah, 2 down, I'm just gonna throw a bomb there, run away. Not the worst for a first push. Birch is kind of scary though, because if you have a full life, that's like, you're going to score so much, because it's just a very long trek from your spawn to defend down that hallway. Oh wow, you just got hella punch for that. Got away with it too. Pop Kraken, Thunder's behind them, they don't know that. Bro's immediately gunning for Pencil, because that's what you do. Bucket tries to help, it's slow kill time be like that. Fighting 96. Good trade, honestly, given the shot was shooting at him. Very good trade. Very valuable. They have Zook, they get a pick. Yeah, okay, yeah. My bad. Do I have Cooler respawn? Yeah, I do. Okay, that wasn't that bad, actually. Oh, it shows like a little indicator on the top of the screen to indicate whether or not a player has Cooler. From like a spectator, POV. I feel like I've asked that question a lot, rewatching this, being like, was that a Cooler death? And then I respond in like 2 seconds, like, yeah, it was. We set up, we have our Cooler, we have our screen. Rose aggroing, we beat the Kraken out. I don't have Strike, we just pop Cooler. Damn, Max, okay. Spaghetti my fight again, Henlo's a scoring. Running good, doesn't quite get the pick on Pencil. Thunder gets the pick on Honey. Thunder gets the pick on Nolan. Thunder gets the pick on Max. Thunder gets the pick on Shadowwind. Did you guys know Thunder's good at this game? Pretty good at this game. Good screen top right, put a curling. Love that. Yeah, bro, just straight up deleted them that last push, that's ridiculous. Alright, so it is time for Grand Finals, and I'm recording this on a different day, and I went to the dentist this morning, so I hope that my numbness has worn off and that it's fine, and that you can understand what I'm talking about. Same deal as the last sets, I'm just recording this on a different day. Well, it is. Also, I had to begin on this shot, because this is such a cool shot. Just like the fade-in behind a player's perspective as we go into Game 1 of Grands. It is on Mako Spot Zones. And we'll see how this goes. Again, it's been a minute since I've looked at this myself, so we'll see how it goes. The main thing to note from this set, right off the bat compared to Winners Finals, is that Shadowwind has changed from Pencil to NZAP, and now they are running an anchorless comp. They have a lot less range, but basically their idea going into the set, from our perspective, as we'll learn, is that they kind of want to harass Birch on Pencil, and sort of do what we did to Shadow in the previous set. So let's see how it goes. So Henlo down off the bat, we have our coolers in the quarter. It's a bit awkward, we're kind of running, fumbling, go 2 down. Not great. Don't quite get the pick on that. Granted, it'd be a cooler pick anyway, so not a huge deal. Trying to retake, but you can already see they've really aggressively positioned and are taking space. The top right on Mako. Thunder needs help on right. Manages to get the pick, but it's a trade. We get another one in mid on Hunty. See if we can flip the map from here. We go 2 down. That's basically 3 down because the other was a cooler respawn, I believe. Birch alone goes down, so they've solidly been in control for pretty much the entire opening minute here. We have screen on the side going for the flank. Again, I'm going for the flank, but it's an anchorless comp, so it was really just a range pace shift that we were definitely not ready for, to say the least. I get picked there by Gal. Happens. Yeah, I definitely felt like there was a lot of like staggering, because again, it's just such a different pace compared to the first set we had. And we are getting picks here and there, but they don't necessarily feel in our favor, because it is an anchor comp versus anchorless. We do get the pick on Max. I think it's basically 2 down. Thunder gets picked off immediately though, so that's rough. Pick on Nolan, should flip zone here. They have cooler though, so they'll be up and fighting momentarily. We have screen trying to push off that. Thunder gets a pick. Thunder gets a double. Suzu comes from left. Who unfortunately I get picked by that. And it'll be a second for me to come back. Thunder trying to help Birch, or not Birch, sorry, Henlo. Both go down and pretty much off respawn. Birch gets picked. And yeah, we have our hold, or had our hold rather, but it was a pretty short-lived one. They're up with cooler, this is kind of scary. Kraken comes out, screen comes out, strikes get popped. Thunder is down though, so we can't exactly move up with the screen and the strikes. They get a pick on Henlo. Cooler is out, still kind of staggered respawn times, half to strike, trying not to get 2 shot by Gal. We have a flank on the side. Ooh, and yeah, that's 2 down, so the strikes by themselves aren't really going to accomplish much. Birch goes down, and yeah, game 1 was pretty definitively in their favor. It's a massive tonal shift, to say the least. They're all excited, which, you know, fair enough. We kind of bodied them in Winners Finals. It's the first game they took on us, so yeah, fair enough. Alright, so going into game 2, I would definitely say this favors their comp immensely, because TC is a very aggressive mode, and the playstyle shift that they've done to anchorless, honestly, is heavily benefited in this mode. I'm not big on Pencil and TC, I think it's fine on the correct maps, but in general, I think it's weaker here than something like Zones, clearly its peak. So it's a little bit of anxiousness going into this, because also Hammer in TC is a bit weird, Wiper in TC is a bit weird, so having Wiper plus Petzl in TC versus anchorless double wall Gal comp is kind of sus, to say the least. And yeah, we can see losing opening fight. I have Strike, I have Cooler, try to jump, can't get out, Cooler respond. Not much you can do. That jump out's really good, by the way. Definitely abuse how strong Cooler QSJ is. Yeah, Kraken comes out, we're totally desynced. They got a very strong opening push. I feel like this set is a really good example of what I sort of talked about before. I think it was the winter semi set. I don't know, I've lost track. This video is so long in terms of editing, like back and forth, and now I'm recording this after editing other parts of it earlier. Basically, I talked about earlier in the video how on LAN momentum is huge and the crowd is loud. And at this point, from the crowd's perspective, they kind of want to see, you know, a lot of games, right? So to see the team that went 3-0 in Winter's Finals lose the first game, and then all the momentum flipping to the team that had lost, is like, oh damn, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's definitely hard having Wiper and Pencil and TC, like far from ideal, especially against this comp. Double wall is kind of rough, especially like Gal is curling, so our only like true lethal on the walls is me, but I am only one player. And they have 2 walls, so that's a little tough. Finally sort of pushing into advantage state on our end. Never mind, we took a second to kill that, it's kind of even. Never mind, Thunder goes down, so it's back in their favor. Trade, not great, I go down, yeah. Not amazing. Actually, the opposite of amazing, it's pretty bad. Definitely struggling. That is weird that didn't kill. So it's like, yeah, even land mode has like weird, like kind of latency looking things. Because on my end, I was probably already like midair. That's very strange to see. Kind of flipping, advantage us. Henlo goes down like immediately though. Kind of hard because again, fighting a triple shooter bucket. The kill time on Wiper is not fast, so the shooters kind of point and click at you, and if you don't like... It feels like if you aren't the one initiating on your terms as Wiper, it could be really hard to like keep up with that. Yeah, Thunder's trying to make a play happen, but again, you're just getting walled out by literally 2 walls. Birch dies, probably should have jumped. It's cool to respawn at least. Henlo's back, dead though. No hammer, I'm kind of just vibing in the back, and I say vibing, but I feel like that's generous to say the least. I'm trying to sustain us and hemorrhage the bleeding, I guess, with Trip Strike. But the damage has kind of already been done as the enemy team has pushed to 26. They are 2 down now, and we have 3 players trying to punish Nolan. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, we should all go for this because half their team is dead. So we do, finally advantage us. Henlo wants to push a left, but we need a bit of help with that. I popped the strikes to enable that. I think Henlo gets a random torpedo kill, but yeah, this is really good for us. Like, this is the biggest advantage we've been in the whole time. Henlo pops hammer but dies, ends up trading, I believe. We get check. Did we get check? No, I don't think we did. I think we were 1 point off. That's very unfortunate. If we got checkpoint there, honestly, it was doable. A bit more doable. It's always the worst feeling when you're trying to break through like one of those longer checkpoints in this game and then you're just like 1 point off. It reminds me of in Splatoon 2 on Mori Towers, the first checkpoint I think was one of the longest in the entire game. I don't even remember how much like point value it is because every checkpoint is varies from like map to map. It could be like 7 points or 12 points or whatever. I forget more. I think it was like 17 or 18. Something absurd, basically. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of a little bit doomed. All we have to do is really like farm strike with Bucket or Kraken with 96, and we're gonna have a hell of a time getting back in on this. I think at this point they're kind of just playing patient. They don't really have to do much. You have to make a play here. You get 2 down, that's pretty good. Especially because one of those picks was the Bucket, so no strike for a bit. But yeah. A little too late, too little too late. Doesn't really pan out. And that's game 2. Alright, so game 3 is Humpback Pump Track, and at this point, I will pause here actually to talk about the mentality thing, because this is really important. The main thing of note, the lobby looks the same except Birch has gone to Tri-Slosher, and the funny context behind that is that Tri-Slosher was like kind of like a hard no from Thunder, because it's not a bad weapon by any means, but it's definitely fallen out of favor. It's far from like meta where it kind of used to be. The 210 cooler, the fizzy nerfs, generally mid-range kind of being strong, especially in this land. Granted, the enemy comp is playing like 2 short range, a mid-range, 2 mid-range, I guess, with Bucket, and Gal 96. But basically what I'm getting at is that Tri is kind of baby gun and we lack range on this comp, because now we're going to have 2 short range shooter, Tri-Slosher, and Wiper, so I think technically on this comp, Wiper vertical is the longest range thing, which isn't exactly a good thing to have. But the logic is they're running at us a lot, but we still want cooler. So what can we really do? Tri is really good at punishing people who kind of just walk forward. It has a horrible matchup against stuff like 96, and you're forced to kind of throw fizzy at it. But honestly, at this point, Pencil is getting run down. Like, we have to change something, and the map is Humpback Rainmaker, and I think Tri is pretty good here, purely because that fizzy bomb is incredible at like flushing this hallway and getting this area. Cooler is good. It'll like combo off of us. It's weird. We did not practice with Tri Nouveau, like, at all. Like, 0 to 1 games, like, tops from all our practice for this. We had Birch on, like, pencil edit, pretty much, like, everything. So this is purely Birch plays Tri, has 5-starred it, enjoys it, back pocket weapon. What we're running was not working, so we need to change something. And that was kind of the mentality going into this game. Because at this point, like, we have a set to play with, right? Because we're in winners. So if you're going to try something, you may as well have it be now in the first set, when there's more to kind of gamble and play with and learn and get information. Because even if we lose this game, get 3-0'd, it's like, okay, did the try work to some degree? Did it help? Did it not? That's basically our mentality going into this. And if, you know, even if it doesn't work, we have another set to play with, so it's not really the worst position. So we do go 3 down. Birch is last, has cooler up. It's pretty much checkmate for them. It doesn't really like the worst because it's this map. This map tends to have really deep leads. I'm talking like 20 to 30. It's kind of the typical range of a winning push on this map. This is really bad. I do jump out because I saw they Kraken and I have my Zuka, so we're kind of just stalling the best we can. I die to strike. Again, land nerfs happens. I do get the 1 Zuka pick. We do finally get the wipe out. 22 is a rough push on this map, but again, it's generally around the leads you'll see. Because they did full wipe, we basically have a ton of space to take. Thunder notably has gone the wall 52. They kind of prolong some of these engagements with the other short-range weapons. And Wild help initiate with us since we're pretty much both running anchorless now. He does push up a little far, so that doesn't quite work out. But this isn't the worst. We got a checkpoint. That's really the step 1 of trying to take lead in any Rainmaker map, right? So it's okay. We reset. It's 1 to 1 down. I have Zuka. Thunder trades, I believe. Weak for my Zuka, but we don't quite get it. Henlo gets a pickup. It's 1. Yeah, the jump in is bad. This is that I'm nervous and I hope you win this fight kind of jump in. Definitely bad. Should not have done that. Don't recommend. Especially because, again, I am a painter on this comp. I have no reason to. Getting to 22 is going to require patience. We do kill 2 of them. The Zuka weakens them, and at this point we have to like hold forward to some degree and take mid. Cactus is trying to stall. Fair enough. 2 minutes left on the clock. Henlo gets it. It's a trade. Definitely a good trade for us. If Hella bomb pressure going off right now, we get 1 pick. I'm here. Got Zuka, so I don't really want to particularly be the one to pick it up, because in my mind, I think we need Zuka X Factor. Or like Hammer or beat Pop Cheese. Yeah, new Max is like somewhere there, so I'm kind of just like, I hope I hit something. That's basically a wipe on our end. That's really bad. I'd have to get back into this. It's been like a decent bit of time since this LAN. As of like me recording this segment of the video, it's been like I want to say about 2 months. Forget the exact date, not that that's important. Very good play by Thunder there, flanking, we're pinching. Trying to push Max back, which is good. Ooh, that's a rough looking fight. Good that he stayed alive, we couldn't really afford to go down there. Nolan popping Kraken, probably gonna get the jump in on Henlo, not really the worst death in the world. It's QR Wiper, such as Birch goes down. Yeah, and at this point, again, kind of dire, we're running a bit low on time, got a minute left. I go down... How do we flip this? This is crazy. Definitely the kind of sort of tournament anxiety is in play. Again, we have another set to play with if it doesn't go in our favor. Sure. But this game has definitely not been in our favor. Yeah, we gotta pick die to that, so no cooler for a bit. Especially because we're only at 26. Actually, no, they had a cooler. That respawn was like instant. Henlo gets a trade. I'll think about try picking it as we don't have the fizzy bomb. This is really scary with all 3 trip strike. Birch doesn't quite thread the needle on that one. I'm in the corner praying for my life. Thunder comes to save me, my hero. I pick it up. This is pretty much our last stand. Thunder has to make a play in the front. Do get one. Somehow, miraculously, we get that lead. It is insane to me that we got that. Like, I wanna, like, the spectator camp does not do this justice, but like, at this point, I'm calling, like, I need paint. And Birch dies, so it's like, I have, like Henlo's trying to paint over me, they're trying to paint over Henlo, there is a bomb directly underneath me, but we squeeze it. A 20 somehow. Actual insanity. So at this point, all we have to do to win is just have a good defense. We were getting shredded for basically 4.5 minutes. But Rainmaker is that swingy game mode. Where stuff like that happens. So at this point, I'm kind of just like, okay, cool, like, awesome. Like, you somehow cheese that. I could just, like, burn Zukas to try and get picks and, like, stall them out. Because they're on a timer. Like, it's already at, like, 40. Like, cool. I just, like, I keep throwing suction. That's the name of the game. Look at all these bombs. Hard to move up. Also, Hunty picked it up, so they don't have Zuko, like, X Factor to just, like, get random kills on us. Not random, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the bombs are taking them all out, so at that point, it's like, yeah, we're kind of rushing it. I'm not, because I'm just like, someone's got to stay alive. And, like, it's like 20 seconds on the thing anyway. I don't want to, like, go down all 4 because you could unironically lose there. That's a safe player in me talking. But yeah, did we deserve that win? No, but do you look at your win condition? What was our win condition? It was simply get lead. And we got it. We won the game. Although honestly, from the spectator perspective, that's a really awesome game actually. Like, I'm kind of like blaming myself to some degree because I'm like, damn, this gameplay kind of bad, and then it's, you know, the spectator view is just like, this is exciting. So it's funny, just player perspective versus audience, I suppose. They had 2-1 in this set. Alright, so going into Game 4, again, Game 3 was an absolute cheese fest, where we were getting dominated the whole time. But I mentioned earlier, we do like this map mode for us. I think it's really good for them too. Granted, but I'm a lot more confident on this map than the previous one, let's say that much. So one kind of fears this map is very flat, so it's not super try-friendly. It's going to be like a very fizzy-heavy playstyle from Birch, which is like okay, I guess. Because at least the track can defend itself a lot more effectively than Pencil at like point blank, which is like kind of what they've been gunning for. Then it's the mentality shift. You know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like the first set we fought them, it's like, we're gonna aggress shadow and flank and displace you and all that, Jesus Zuka. And then it becomes like, okay, we're gonna do that to Birch, and now it's like, okay, everyone is anchorless. It's really funny. I think they did really well for like pretty much the entirety until the end of that humpback game though. For the fact that we swapped it, we were just kind of like very not synced up. What's the word? Very, very like scattered, displaced kind of gameplay. kind of like this opening minute where it's just pick after pick after pick after pick. Like dominoes. Crazy. We have a cooler, that's helpful. Yeah, I mentioned mentality-wise... Ooh, yeah, no one to shark that. I mentioned mentality-wise before Game 3, it's like, okay, you know, even if we lose this set, we have, like, time to play with and, like, you know, see what we can improve on, right? Honestly, like, for me, like, the first 2 minutes, I'm like, we're kind of chilling. That hammer throw is crazy. That was amazing fizzy. Pencil would probably not get that. That's crazy. Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, I don't know. Despite the fact that we're, like, it's in their favor to take the set, I'm not really, like, cheesing that last game makes me more, it made me more nervous for them than us, and I told my team that, because I'm like, if I was, like, 30 seconds away from, like, 3-0ing my opponent and, like, getting the reset instantly, like, it's such, like, a momentum sink to just, like, lose and be like, ah, like, dude, we were right there, you know? Because, again, momentum is so real on LAN, it's crazy, like, the crowd was going absolutely ballistic, like, when we got the lead in that Game 3, and that kind of, like, it's not a mood killer or anything, also crazy into Kraken by Noah, can't ignore that. It's not like, it's hard, because you know what you messed up, like, oh, I feel so bad, because everyone's just, like, cheering now, but that was, like, such a fumble on our end. This Game 4 has been pretty comfortably good for us. So yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's the try is like the master of, if you are in my range, I will trade you, like, no questions asked. Like, Pencil would not, like, get that, like, so comfortably. I think that's kind of messing with them, because for their team, the aggro's are pretty much going to be like max, because Kiora Bucket and 96 taking space and Hunty. With that cooler. Yeah, there goes that Zuka. Get a trade, that's good. And maybe once again to get a score. It's only one ball, which is kind of scary, because now they're going to have the pity. They take that. Does anyone take that? No, they don't take it, so they missed out on a power climb that they could have potentially had. Honestly, that probably was, like, maybe sort of a questionable score that could have been worse for us, but it worked out. Henlo playing the angle really well there using Wiper Vertical. Love to see it. Kraken gets burned a little early, they don't really have a ton of clams, they get one pick on me. Henlo's just kind of ratting and buying attention and distracting. Unfortunately, Birch goes down as well, so this is hard advantage for them. Thunder's trying to buy all the time he can up there, he's doing a good job. Somehow manages to get out of that despite them striking on top of all that pressure, which is kind of crazy. That's the adaptation example where it's like, hey, don't challenge stupid things, but jump out if needed, and I do that. Because we're already at disadvantage, there's no reason for me to force a fight against the 96, because even if I take him out of the corner, it's not really the correct play at that point, I feel. It's more just get attention. That's good. As opposed to that winner's semi sets where I kind of pop Zuka for, like, no good reason, like, at all. It's like meme tier Zuka. That's better. Because of that, you know, we jump back, I get the Zuka, it doesn't necessarily get a pick, but it kind of forces people to go back instead of me just, like, feeding for no reason and being like, oh, I can't reach the guy over there. It matters a lot, because now we're also together again. Hunty's, like, trapped in the corner. We're still trying to push out, but the thing is the numbers game is even. Okay, Birch goes down. What did Birch die to, actually? I'm curious. This is a pivotal moment in the game, and that is a lot of pixels on my screen. Is that strike? Strike? Yeah, I think Birch died to 2 strikes, kind of overlapping. The Emmy feeding there was a little sus, but it is a cooler death in fairness. Thunder gets an important pick, it's overtime, Hunty gets that in, they need 2 more clams, Max jumps in, doesn't have clams, Shadow jumps in, doesn't have clams, and again, by the skin of our teeth, just barely clutching out another game, which is insane. going into game 5, I'm kind of chilling because, again, the mentality for me is that we have another set to play with if it doesn't pan out, and I feel like they're way more nervous than us than we are at this point. But I'll talk about it a bit after this. But I would say this map is pretty good for us. Notably, Thunder went from 52 to 96, because we kind of sort of wanted that range, but in retrospect, maybe we should have probably kept 52. But we'll see. At this point, it's like almost a mirror, because it's shot, well, it's like 96 mirror, shot mirror, cooler bucket and like reg bucket are like kind of similar, and then like I guess like Viper and Viper Zap don't quite mirror, but they do in X rank, so it's like the comps aren't too different at this point. Yeah, wow, I think I remember. Yeah, Thunder went for like. Wait, did Thunder die? Wait, hold on. Let me back it up a little bit. Oh no, I'm confusing it with racing. That's what I'm doing. Spoilers. I mean, granted, you could probably tell by the time left in the video if this was like the final game. Why would there be so much time left? Yeah, okay. So it doesn't pan out for Thunder. We get the Torp combo with the Wiper. That works out. You get a full wipe somehow. The camera makes it a little bit difficult to see, but that's really, really good. And again, it's just like momentum-wise, momentum has flipped in our favor like dramatically compared to game 1 and 2, because it went from us getting like steamrolled to like the crowd popping off that the set is still going, to us like squeezing 2 wins out of like basically what could have been like losses. Thunder is behind, they are 2 down. Thunder goes down, that's drawing a lot of attention. This cooler like is like off sync kinda. It gets 1 with the well, I don't trade. I get the pick on the guy I wanted to, but he punishes me correctly. They get the zone flip off. 96 kind of clunky, kind of. But 96 is punished by 96. Like, I can't even say that in that instance. It's not a frame data diff, it's literally just I point at you diff. Not even a diff. Like, at all. I don't know why I'm saying that word there. Yeah, hard disadvantage is very, very scary on this map. Like, I like this map mode, but it is so easy to just get locked out, even after the rework. Like, the holds on this map can be so brutal if you can't clear this top middle section. We have Kraken, we have Zuka. Thunder manages to find a pick, which is good, because we burned 2 of our specials. 3 now with the hammer throw, but honestly, why not? At this point, we're just trying to secure zones. Standing in front of that wall is a gamble. That is so scary. I would not do that. I'm way too scared for that. Yeah, and they trade Nolan, but I mean, it has a cooler respawn, but you know, trading on your own half of the map, cooler or not, is generally far from ideal, especially when the enemy team is the one having the hold. That's kind of spooky. Still have Hammer online. Thunder's Kraken. It's not really going to get a ton of value. You burn Hammer. Thunder's in a very precarious spot here, but the combination of that and Zuka actually does pan out, funnily enough. Shadow tries to shark me out, gets me, I call him out. It's 1v2 for Shadow. He jumps out, which is appropriate, but he did buy time for them to flip zone back to their favor. So score-wise, we're pretty close, but again, just being a disadvantage here is anxiety-inducing because of how much it snowballs. And I use that term a lot, but again, at this stage of the tournament, any kind of snowball, like anything that gets the ball rolling, is actually just like the biggest things can come from nothing, and I say that with complete honesty because you saw what happened that Humpback game. They wiped a single time and lost the entire game for it. Like, that is the kind of game states that we were playing with, and it is horrifying. Second pick, not great. Just Birch up. 1v2 is marked. Not really much to do here except wait for us to come back. Pretty much our final chance at a retake. And with the hammer throw, you get a pick on Nolan. I'm here on the left side of zone, falling together with Henlo, but we're 2 down, so it's because we're on the same side we can't exactly cap. Birch jumps in, doesn't pan out. I am stalling for my life over here the best I can, but we just do not have the numbers. So it is kind of crazy how long this zone is not capped. And yeah, no, the jump-ins are happening, but it's just not gonna, it's a 2v3, it's a 1v3, it's not gonna work out. And yeah, that's game 5. And that is the bracket reset, so we have one more set to play. So going into set 2 of Grand Finals, I'm honestly feeling fine, and it's kind of weird to say that because you would think it'd be like, oh, aren't you so nervous? Like, this is the final set of the tournament. But given the way we were getting steamrolled games 1 and 2 of the last set, and the fact that, you know, like the pocket try kind of flipped that around if you were like taking games, honestly, I'm kind of vibing because I know we have all the tools and means to actually close it out and just win, because we won game 3 and 4, and even game 5 was close. It's hard to indicate this because there are no KA screens, which is kind of annoying, because the way Splatoon 3 is and Spectator and all that, right? But basically I was talking with Thunder, and he wasn't really super content with the Umami game and kind of wish he went 52. And because he didn't do like the greatest KA-wise, and you know, on this comp, Thunder is pretty much working together with Henlo to beat the aggro, so 96 pace kind of like messes with that to some degree. So I'm like, you know what, like, no, like, even if they don't have pencil, like, we don't necessarily need screen 52, you can just go vanilla 52, like, that's fine. Like, I told him, whatever you're comfortable with, just do it, honestly, because comfort is important, because, again, Birch practiced pencil, did not practice try, but the comfort of try and the opponents we're playing and the playstyle we're going for, like, despite not practicing with it, granted try is mechanically easy, despite that, it ended up working a lot better, so I pretty much just told him whatever you feel comfortable with, just end up going. But honestly, I'm feeling fine going into this. I'm not really nervous. I'm like, I was more nervous before we won game 3 than I was after losing 2-3 in the first set, if that makes any sense. Because in my mind, it's like, if you get 3 out and the try doesn't work and we like don't take a game, I feel like the momentum is like gone. But because like we kind of like slowed them down by cheesing the game 3 and winning the game 4 and like having even game 5, I'm like confident, honestly. Maybe not confident. I'm not a confident person. I'm not nervous. I'm very much content being like, I know we can win. Let's just do what we can and do it better. That's sort of my mentality for it. So game 1 is Miko TC. Again, kinda favorite to their comp because they have bucket, but you know, what can you do? It's the game 1. Thunder goes down immediately. Again, pointed out, he is on the vanilla 52. Does the screen roll at this point, which is fine. Can't complain about having a wall. The whale is very good for disrupting. I do get my strikes early, and that kind of staggers the tower push pretty nicely, so they don't get checkpoint, because if I didn't get that, I'm pretty confident they get checkpoint. Unfortunately, does not trade Nolan there. We do get the cleanup, which is important. This camera is going crazy. I'm this swing. I get the pick in the corner. I'm booyah, because again, just... I don't know, I'm feeling good going into this, despite it just being a total reset. It's weird, I don't know. It's hard to define because I'm not saying like, oh, just don't be nervous Lamau. It's actually genuinely me just like, oh, I'm having fun, like we messed up, it's not like we deserve to win, because I know we're messing up and we're still winning games where we're messing up. I'm like, if we just mess up less and do better, then I know for sure we can do it. Because to me, really, that's the biggest thing, is like knowing that you can do it, like kind of gives you the push to like want to do better, as opposed to just kind of feeling lost and like stuck. The big thing for me, I'm trying aggro on left, going right. Now to help him with that, I think at this point I just suicide, because I'm like, yeah, I'll use the cooler as like bait and just get a few more points, because every point on the bird is something. And 36 is not a large chunk, but it's like a small chunk into checkpoint 2, and again, I'm playing the strikes game, I'm playing lame, I'm playing to win, so pretty much the deeper into a checkpoint we are, even if we don't clear it, the better, because more time to stall with strikes. I'm cool with it. For early pushes, being on 36 on Mako is very good. The Thunder does get picked, we're in disadvantage. I'm kind of just chilling here. Again, I'm just throwing the strikes. The 96 isn't cracking in on the left side. I'm just staggering this to the best of my ability. Farming more if I can, painting over their strike here. You know, throwing bombs at tower, kind of just... yeah, keep it simple. You don't have to go crazy. It's not really my job on this comp, despite playing shot. You know, I'll help when I can, but it's really more so Thunder and Henlo playing the aggro. So my job, enable them. That's what we're trying to do. Better make some pop cracking, which is pretty good. It's ratting. Getting away with it, oh my gosh. Swim speed 52 gals to the rescue. Insane. You get the punish on that. Ooh, he does trade thunder. A little surprising, the two-shot shooter. Happens, Henlo's kind of ratting, grabbing attention, going behind them. All that fun stuff. Well, I'm saying going behind the map flip makes that very confusing. It's not actually behind them, he's backing up, but abusing wiper frame data basically. These strikes are kind of early, so I don't know if they really did much. Birch goes down, so no cooler for a bit, kind of scary. I go down, so I'm going to be a little bit away from spray. Oh wait, no, actually I had a cooler trick still, looking at it. Like the very pixelated, like 51 was still a 51, and I respawned. Yeah, it's already like a 73. Again, I know our win con. I'm just farming strike until they like start gunning me down and killing me. When I don't have cooler, like I am going to farm these. I'm going to stall tower. Yeah, and in that context, is kind of what I mean, where it's like I throw out a tower and then you're gonna go like behind, so I'm like throwing it here because this is like a key vantage point, and then throwing it here because you might back up. Granted, maybe like throwing it here would be better, or I could throw the third one on a tower again, but kind of just staggering the strikes. You've seen them not just like throwing all of them immediately. They are going to get checkpoint here. They do have cooler. I go down, so this is pretty scary. They somehow get 2. How does that happen? Yeah, cause I'm off camera. I think they had... Is it the Hunty Flank? Kind of... Yeah, maybe Hunty Flank. I don't even know what I died to here. Because I'm like well off camera. Yeah, I think Hunty Flanked we killed Hunty. I don't know, that was a weird one all around. They got checkpoint, but really that wasn't that bad for like what it looked like it might become. And I'm immediately on tower and immediately trying to farm strikes again. Because fun fact, if you touch the tower, you get like what is like 5 seconds of like passive special charge. So yeah, touch that thing as often as you want, even if you're not pushing, because if the enemy team doesn't touch it back, free special gain is free special gain. Yeah, we got 3 down. This is pretty scary. How the heck do we get 2 there? We like it keeps like looking so bad for us, and then like we just like keep. That guy bailed out, but just like what happened? Did they just not shoot the torpedo or something? Like I don't get how we convert that to 2. Very perplexed by that. Yeah, unless it's going mid, scaring them away with hammer. I pop my strikes kind of early because again I want to like take space with it. I don't want to hold onto it for too long and then like leave my team to fight like what is essentially a 3v4. You can see I'm like hella farming strike. I'm already at like 50, and I'm like, you're going for it. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Where earlier in the game I'm like, yeah, I want to like just suicide to get as many points on check 2 as I can. Because now we're in that position where it's getting kind of scary, but they need to get a good amount of check 2. And wow, I think I did the classic thing on land, which is I'm nervous and I missed my strikes. Like, what the heck is this? What's that? 1 miss, 2 miss, third one. Granted, it like kind of worked. I don't know if it killed the jump in necessarily. What is it? Yeah, like it worked, but yeah, that was a I'm nervous kind of strike. But yeah, we're cheesing, but that's okay. Alright, so going into game 2, I believe it is once again counter picks, by the way, so they did want to go back to Umami spot zone, which is fine by me because again, Thunder just wanted to play 52. And he straight up told me in the opening, he's like, I'm just gonna flank right. A 1, a 2. The camera is pulling away from him, but he got 2 in the opening. Aggressive 52 moment. Yeah, Thunder's just a lot more comfortable on 52, really. That's right, like 96 to 52 is like a training weights thing to some degree, just because like the frame data difference is ridiculous. The movement. 52 is still like clunky, mind you, but like relative to 96 for the fact it's still 2 shots. Like that thing just actually gets away with so much sometimes. So the opening is fantastic for us. These jumps are not quite gonna last, but honestly, it's not the worst, right? Because I'm thinking about this from the lens of like, you're in Kraken, you can't paint zones, so the rest of your team has to, but then you're calling out the jumps top mids, and the other person's a Zuka. So by the time like you call that out, we were at like 55. So both of them die, but that was like, you know, it was gonna happen anyway. So the fact you got like 10 more, 11 more, like 12, the fact you got like all of those counts on the board for the zone timer for that is like, that's honestly pretty good for like what it could have been. So we're close to cooler, Thunder's down, I'm down, we're gonna have to reset here. It's a little spooky. A little bit spooky. Yeah, Hammer got shut down. Happens, we have curling, we have splat bomb, busy bomb. Every kind of bomb. That's not true, there's so many bombs. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm on Zuko shot again, it took me a second to like process that. Still thinking about last game with the T-Tech Thunder. Thunder comes back in with that screen. They were not ready, because like Henlo's just like drawing the bait from behind and then jumps out. It's like, okay, let's rotate our camera, and then there's already a 52 in your face going and they kills 2 guys. Like, it's insane. And we are back on the screen 52. I do think screen is really, really good on this map. So yeah, it's the logic of that. And we do get a pick on the sap. Pretty good. Don't quite get the pick on that, but the jump out is the next best thing. Yeah, Wiper's really good in the pit. Doesn't really pan out. I kind of like... I like what Henlo was going for. I think Conti was just like very ready for it, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's the fact we drop without like any paint, so it makes it like easy to pre-fire. I like being cute and like going on the unequal too, but I think if there was like more paint to work with, it would like be more of a mind game instead of just pre-firing like the one corner. Happens though. Thunder gets picked. We have a cooler out, they have a cooler out, Zuko's kind of just stalling, strikes come out, bomb is annoying. Yeah, we have the bucket. And Love's already jumped back in at that point, gotten the pick, gotten the cooler. Drawing attention, trading the 96 while jumping off the map. What a mood. Honestly, I do that a lot with Viper as well. When you're like a lightweight weapon with the strafe that it has, it's very easy to just like go like, oops. Commit movement. It's looking very good for us right now. Yeah, 2 down, 96 up. Super shot, yeah. Now it's game 2 us. I really love these camera perspectives behind the players, it's so cool. Yeah, at this point, my nerves are pretty much like out the window because I know I'd still made mistakes like fumbling the endgame strike on game 1, but it's like, we're up 2-0. That's not to say you get complacent, because you don't, by the way. You still have to respect your opponents even if you're up 2-0. You can very easily lose if you like let that flip around, but momentum on the LAN again is big, and it's like totally in our favor right now. So the last game was very dominant, Thunder's like confident on 52, and he's like, yeah, no, you got it, you know? Yeah, we're big chillin'. And we're back on this map, which we barely closed out the last set, but I like this map mode a lot, actually, so... I'm chillin', I'm very content with this map. And then implodes to a bomb, as we do sometimes. Under there, jumps out, precision. We're kind of just pre-firing that corner, and the sort of being the tag team buddy for that as Thunder advances with the splatter color screen on the other side. Pretty good synergy on that, honestly. We had like all angles kind of covered to some degree. We did go 2 down, Nolan Kraken, oh my goodness, camera. Kind of got that initial ball in, not much follow-up, but you know, just take what you can, I guess. Sometimes it's early enough in the game, I don't think it's too bad. Torpedo's gonna weaken Max significantly, and yeah, that'll be the pick for 52. We basically wiped them in that. I'm this way because I'm like, we can like take all of the space instantly, which is great. Nolan's and Kraken, but let's not go all the way back for the cooler. And at this point I'm just like, yeah, I'll burn Zuko to just kill that. I want to take space, I want the 96 gone, because the 96 is kind of the thorn in our side because A, it is difficult to kill, B, it outranges our comp, so I'm just like, if we can kill it, like, we're so in. And I don't miss the ball like I did on the earlier set. Good for me, we're learning so much. Birch jumps out, I jump in. I think I get a pick on Max was the... I killed Max here. Yeah, I think they were trying to push in, but they didn't see my jump in, so I get a sneaky pick away from that, and I'm trying to jump at this point, yeah. Very good jump out, especially because I'm close to Zuka, close to Cooler. To briefly pause that, so I lost my train of thought from the last thought to whatever this is. Yeah, pretty much an advantage again, pretty confident I say as I'm the only one alive. This is why we don't speak. We literally went from 4 up to 1 up in a matter of like 3 seconds, what the heck. I guess 3 up technically, I probably still want to respawn, but you know, it's, I don't need the ball at that point. My goal is just try to get them to burn resources. I get a pick on the Kraken, which is fantastic. Amazing Zuka mileage there. It's kind of scary, they're setting up here, they pop Zuka, don't get a pick, pop the Cooler. Close to Kraken again, it's gonna be a minute before they burn Strike too, so they really don't have a ton to push with except the Kraken. Henlo does go down, Kraken guy goes down. 2v2, kinda awkward, I pop Zook, can't run away in the hallway, Zook was just gonna checkmate you on that, and that's really good, because now we just take full map control. 3 minutes left that you have to score on the board. I definitely overextended, but I get away with it because swim speed on a shooter. I should get a pick out of that too. Zuko gets popped, Henlo goes down, screen is out, Thunder is right here, gets away with... Okay, I was gonna say I'm shocked he got away with that, but he came back for more. Honestly, valid, because the screen was there. And cheeky, I would kind of expect you to just run away too, but 52v52. Get a pick on the Cooler, that's fantastic. Like, I don't even say Zap, I just say Cooler. And we pretty much have enough to, like, basically win at this point. You have 2 picks. Yeah, you can't challenge... Well, I mean, I suppose you could. You can't comfortably challenge that on a 4v2, because they end up going down anyways. And we are down to 19. No clamps to work with, so we're pretty much gonna back out. Birch is kind of, like, sharking there. Gonna end up coming back. Henlo dies again. Cure Wiper, fine. Trying to buy attention. Said it a million times at this point. You know the deal by now. Screen is there, maneuver around it, except hello, Thunder flanked from the other side of it. Yeah, screen is just very disorienting, Cooler is out. I appreciate the geometry movement on that one. We are going to open the basket again, down to 11. I have Zuka, don't quite get out. I was very committed to that. I'll have Zuka soon off their respawn. Hills are going all over the place, but the thing is, it's on their half of the map, so it's pretty much all in our favor. I'm already basically Tezuka. Birch is sharking that corner, sharking that wall. Okay. I mean, I guess you're not close to Cooler anyway, so it's not like the worst idea. Still try. Double suction plus Kraken is going to open up the map a lot for them, and this is kind of scary. At this point, no one is trying to fight Thunder. It does not go in your favor. You do not want to trade in this position. It's just the bucket, and the bucket goes down. There's 10 seconds left. We're pretty much advancing. And they have 1 ball left, so they do get an overtime, so we're just going to try and stall to the best of our ability. I'm close to Zuka. We're close to Hammer. Thunder goes down. A little bit scary. They pop the Zuka a little bit early. Maybe... yeah, try to sharks the corner, gets a ton of value. I pop Zuka, and that's pretty much gonna do it. They do get a score, but there's gonna be no follow-up, and yeah, that's basically gonna be the tournament. Radical. I like how you can see here at the bottom right, it's like, it's just like a very stoic, just like, okay, lock it, but like at this point, like you basically all knew the tournament was over, and it gets to the point where like Henlo here like starts like laughing, because it's just like, well... Like, yeah, that's that is a... Or takes off his headphones, I'm kind of just sitting there, I'm like, yeah, cool, awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be the tournament. And it was great. I hope I did an okay job at not necessarily commentating, but kind of explaining the thought processes and our comps and all that, and kind of making it engaging, given the viewer base based on that one poll did want to see full matches. I think it's fun in this format. It's just very lengthy, a bit of editing, but you know, I'm okay with it. Last thing to talk about in the video before we say goodbye, given that we're running close to the end time. Thank you to my team for playing. Y'all are awesome. Thank you to the tournament organizers for having the event. And thank you to all of you who are still watching by the end. That means you enjoyed the video, the viewing experience, and pretty much like anyone who watches these through to the end is awesome, because I don't exactly edit these videos for my health. It's more just like, I like this game. You like this game, probably, otherwise I don't know how you're here. You know, let's make content about it. Pretty good. I'm doing more thumbs up that you can't see. That's like classic me when I'm editing, just like hand gestures that you can never see. But yeah, thank you for everything. I will catch you in the next video that will probably not be like an hour and a half. And yeah, GG's, he mad.